Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start one more concept, that is Bresenham's circle generating algorithm. And in this algorithm, we are going to see how we are going to generate the pixel values to generate any kind of your circles. Okay, so this is very interesting, and also you are going to get some example on this. So while explaining, it will be better you be with your booklet and write down the algorithm clearly, and then the steps how you are going to solve the problem based on your circle generating algorithm. Okay, so moving towards the next slide. Here you can see, so we need some concept about the mathematics. Okay, so we are going to use the concept of mathematics like circle, the circle equation, and all these things. Fine. So now, before starting any of the things, we have to understand that what do you mean by circle. So here you can see I have written in a double quote. So the circle is nothing but it is a set of points, okay, so which will have a distance from the center positions. Okay, so if that distance I want to measure, let me measure by r. Okay, and the center positions, let me keep it as xc comma yc. So from these center positions, if I'm going to draw any kind of my circle, so there will be equal distance for all the points, and the distance I'm going to measure by r. So now if I want to write the circle equation, so how I'm going to write? So there will be a relationship in between your coordinate values and also your distance value. So here, while calculating your circle equations, you can see we have to use a Pythagorean theorem for any of the Cartesian coordinate values. So what will be the equations? So the equation of circle equation is x square plus y square equal to r square. Okay, so this is the circle equation. Suppose if I have taken my center position as xc comma yc, then it is little bit like away from my center, original center point. So how to calculate that distance? So I'm going to do the difference between that. So the original value, that is x minus xc whole square plus y minus yc whole square equals to r square. So you are going to remember these things because we are going to start with the algorithm where you need to calculate the values of all the pk values, pk plus 1 values, and all this. So you have to remember the circle equation. I hope this is clear. So mainly the circle equation is x square plus y square equals to r square. So if my center position is little bit away from my original center position, then my original center position is x comma y. Then if I want to calculate the circle equation, then I have to do the original equation minus my center position, that is your x minus xc whole square plus y minus yc whole square equals to r square. So this is the formula which I got now, and this is very important. You have to remember this formula because we are going to use this in our latter positions. Okay, so moving towards my next slide. So now here you can see I have just continued the same process whatever I have written. So I'm going to rewrite my circle equation. So if I want to rewrite my circle equation, how I'm going to get the values? Okay, so you can see here the circle is present, and here on top of that green color dots are there. Okay, so that is nothing but I'm going to find out the pixel positions of that. Okay, so here if I want to find out the exact positions and all, so I should do some of the, I should find out the pixel positions by following some of the formulas. So here one formula I got, that is x minus xc whole square plus y minus yc whole square equals to r square, which is also known as circle equation. Okay, so this circle equation you can see here. So now in this side my y minus yc whole square is present. I'm going to take this x minus xc whole square to that side, so it is in the positive side. So if I'll take to that side, it will be minus. So y minus yc whole square equals to The r square was here, so I kept it as r square minus x minus xc whole square. So all of you write it down the equation, because once I will go little bit more into that, maybe you will forget whatever I have told you. So please along with me write it down. So here I got y minus yc whole square equals to this part of x. I have just taken it to into this side. So r square minus x minus xc whole square. Now this side it is whole square is that. So if I will take to that side, all of you know that it will be square root. So same thing is there, but I have kept it in the square brackets so that you can understand. So whole of that, it will be a square root. So now I just want to take this yc value to that side. So this side it is minus yc. If I'll take to that side, it will be plus yc. And always you know that my square root values used to give two answers. One will be in the positive answer, one will be in the negative answer. So what I got here, so this is my main equation which I got from my circle equation. So this also we are going to remember. So now here, like we have some after getting this equation, we have found some of the problems. Okay, so what problem we got here, it has to be involved in computation at each step. We are going to find out the computations in each stage. Okay, so what will happen is the space in between the pixel values, can you see here, here one pixel value and here also one more pixel value. So what will happen is it will not be at uniform. See, from here to here there is a lot of distance. Okay, but here you see there is no distance, right? So if in this case, if the point pixel values will not be uniform, then we cannot find the circle properly and we cannot find the exact arc properly. Okay, we need to find it out. So how we are going to find it out, we are going to see it in the next slide. So here you see, to find out the exact space in between the pixel point, we have to use the polar coordinates. Okay, so as you know already in mathematics, we have the polar coordinates. So that is nothing but your r and theta value. Okay, so this theta value will give you the angle values. Okay, and r will be the proper distance. And why we are using these polar coordinates, the polar coordinates will be helpful for us to eliminating the unequal spacing, like whatever the, it won't be uniform, the pixel values are not uniform, right? So to find out the exact spacing and all, we are going to use this polar coordinates. So now these things we have to put it in the in our equations. So how the circle equation will become, now before putting it in the equations, first we have to find out the original value. The original value, original coordinate system is x and y. Okay, so now x value will be r cos theta, which is added by your center positions. Okay, so your new this is your original x coordinates. X original x coordinate will be equals to r cos theta plus your centered value. Okay, similarly for your y, original y coordinate value will be r sin theta plus your y centered positions value. Okay, this is the formula. We are going to remember these two formula now. So x equals to xc plus r cos theta and y equals to yc plus r sin theta. Don't interchange this cos and sin. If you will do like that, then you won't get the proper value. How we have generated these things from mathematics only, these values have already generated. We are not going to generate how the x has come and how the y has come, but as it is a part of the equation, we are going to utilize this. Okay, so moving towards the next here, next slide. So here you can see some of the points which you have to remember. So when you are going to generate any of this circle, first thing is you have to fix your center point. Okay, so once you have fixed your center point, then whatever the angular step size you are taking, it will be on your circumference. Okay, so if you will change your center point, then definitely your circumference you won't get it properly, and equal spacing also you won't get it. So that is on your first point. In the second point, it says that whatever the step size we have chosen, that is your theta value, it depends on your applications and also on your display device. How? Suppose on your you can see here, suppose if I have taken one of the like a circle value. Now I'm going to draw one circle over here. Okay, so now this is my circle. So now what I want to do is, if from here to there, if I want any angular value, you know that like here it can be from, this is my center, right? So from here to here and from here to here, it is 90-degree, right? So if I am taking from here to here, then my display device will be different. I want only 4 quadrant system. But if I want to go for 45-degree angle here, then I want 8 quadrant system, right? So this theta value, whatever you are taking from here, it is depend on your applications and on your display device, how it looks like. Okay, if you are taking more theta value, then you are going to get the less pixel value, because spacing will be more. Try to understand my point. The spacing will be more. So here you can see, this is one spacing, this is one spacing. If I'll take again 90-degree, here one more and here one more, so 4 pixel values I'm getting. But my aim is to find out the uniform spacing. So I just want to find out the next pixel values, so that it can calculate it properly, the circumference can be proper. Okay, so this is about your the step size, how you are going to take it. So next point says that computation can be reduced by considering the symmetry of the circles. So how the computation is going to reduce? Because you have seen in the previous equation, I found the y value, right? The square root things and all. So there what happened, that is the demerit. There was one demerit that was taking more computations. But here, if in each quadrant we are going to find out the pixel values, and definitely it will take the computation value less. Why? Because we have 4 quadrants, we can take it as plus and plus, and same quadrant values we are going to make it as negative side also. If you can't understand, I'll just make you and let you know how to see. Suppose this is your circle. So here, if you are taking this, I have quadrants, right? So 4 quadrants I have. How I'm going to reduce the computation size? This is your plus and plus size. So whatever the quadrant value you have given here, this is your minus and minus side, right? So just make it as negative, and you can get your this side pixel, right? So in this way you can reduce your computation speed. Okay, so this is what here the third point says. Now in the next point, we can take this one step further and note that there is also symmetry between the octants. Whatever I told you just now, that is what. So as there is an octants, so we are going to keep the same steps again and again in the future, and just change your minus and plus sign. Then you can see that your computation size also will be reduced. Okay, so that is all about your some points whatever I have noted it down. Moving towards your next slide. Here you see, so whatever I have told here, everything has written. So I have 8 quadrants. Okay, first let's consider as 4 quadrants. Okay, we'll not go directly to the 8 quadrants, we'll just go for the 4 quadrants. So now my 4 quadrants will be what? So I'm just going to do it from here to here and from here to here. Okay, so I have 4 quadrants. In these 4 quadrants, you can see here I have plus value, here minus value, this side minus plus, and this side plus minus. So whatever the quadrant value you have written here, same thing, just make it as opposite. You just remember, you have to remember this image, and it is not difficult to remember. Okay, so what I'm going to do, first I'm going to do here, this is my plus and plus, right? So this is my plus and plus sign. So what about this side? If I want to write, this one will be my minus and minus side, right? So what about this side? It will be my, as here it is plus, so take this plus to here and one minus to this side. So this one will be my plus and minus. Okay, what will be this side now? This side will be my minus and plus. So these things already you know. So now next what you are going to do is this plus and plus sign, we are going to divide it, because we need the angular step size. We want the theta value. So I have just put it as your, as you can see, I am going to just divide it. Okay, so if I will divide it, then you can see that like the proper thing you can remember. So now I have divided it, fine. So now here you see this side, whatever the value is there, now I have some pixel point, I have just kept it as random. So this is my first quadrant, this is first angular step, this is my second angles. So in the first angle, let's take it as the value of quadrant value is x comma y. Okay, so if it is x comma y, then this side it will be y comma x. Okay, just you have to make it as opposite, because in our circle we are going to move it like this, right? We want a circle. So to get that values, I have to change it. If I'll not interchange, it will come like a straight line. Okay, that is the main aim, to change it. So now this is your x comma y, this is your y comma x. Only this much you are going to remember. Next thing you see what I'm going to do. So now as it is x comma y, so that side what you are going to do, this side also I have to do now. I'll just extend this. Now you see. So here you can see. 1 minute. So now it will be more clear for you. You can see now these things. See here, one quadrant, it was x comma y. So in the fifth quadrant, it is minus x minus y, just opposite. Okay, so you have to remember from in front of that, whatever is there, accordingly you are going to change. So here y comma x, just check it out here, 2 and 6. Here it is minus y and minus x. Okay, so now you see 4 already you got. So we have totally 8 quadrants. We will get another thing also very easily. See here, I told you that this is minus and plus sign. So as this is x comma y, this side also I will keep it as my x comma y. So as this is my x comma y, this one also I will keep it as my x comma y. Okay, so what I will do, according to my quadrant, I'll just change the values, the signs. So this became minus x and y. So as this is minus x comma y, so what about this? This one also will become your alternative, but we are not going to change any sign. Only quadrant, only values we are going to change, or coordinate values we are going to change. So it will just interchange. Y will come here, x will go there. That's all. You are not going to do any other things. Just you remember these things and all are going to be interchange. That's all. Okay. So x will come here, y will go there. That's all. Okay. So here, as you have already got, so next how you are going to do from here? So now the same opposite also we will come, as this is minus y and x. This one will be same. You are not going to change. Y and x will be according to your value, whatever you have given, you are going to change it. So this came to here. Now this also similarly, it will also go here. So x and y will be there, but you are going to change these values. Okay. So in this way, you are going to remember these coordinate values, because it will be very helpful for you that how to how to do all these things. It is very helpful, because once you will not you will understand where to put and all, then slowly you can see that you have remembered all these things. Okay, so it won't be difficult task, and you can do your coordinate values also. If somebody will ask you also how you have got this value, not, it is not necessary that you should like by heart all this. It's not necessary. You are going to remember it like this. So moving towards the next slide. So now we have reached to our midpoint circle algorithm. So what is this algorithm says? The first thing is we have to find out the direct distance comparison. Okay, so this is a method where we are going to test the halfway position between two pixels. Halfway position in the sense, you can see now once we have started, we have made it as half, right? So here we are going to check the pixel positions, how it will be. Then we are going to find out that the point, it is inside the boundary or outside of the boundary. We have to find out this boundary thing first. Okay, so now once we will find out this boundary thing, then we can see, we are going to find out that yes, that boundary whatever we have selected, that is inside or outside. So before that we should check it out, that how we are going to find out this boundary. We have the formulas. So now the next thing is, so here we are going to apply the integer circle radius. We have to apply this method, and then we are going to find out very easily that whatever the point we are getting, that is inside or outside of the boundary. We will have some conditions now, that also we will see. And again we have to sample all the interval points. How you are going to sample? See, suppose here I got, suppose 2 points, again I will sample, I'll get it one more point, again I will sample both the things, I'll get the inside point, like this. So we have to sample all the points in a very unit intervals, and we have to see that which one will be a closed pixel positions. Whatever will be a closed one, then that there only we are going to plot our graph, because we want to find out the circle in each step. Okay, that is our main algorithm that we should remember. Now here, how we are going to do that? So now already I have told that we have to see these points. When you are seeing that, you don't get scared that how many points are there, how to do. It's not like that. You see whatever I'm highlighting. So we have the radius value, that is r, that already we know. We have the center positions, that is xc comma yc. Okay, just I have written in a line, that also we know. So now if I want to start my algorithm and I want to calculate my pixel positions, first I have to find out my center position, right? So let's take my original position or my coordinate origin as 0, 0. So I'm going to start my process from 0, 0. Okay. Now, so whatever the calculated positions will come, like if I have calculated in between 2 points, then I will get a new point, right? So that calculated positions, I'm going to keep it inside my x comma y. Okay, so if I'm going to keep it in that, then whatever my center position will be there, it's going to move it to x, and yc center position value will move to y. So this x and y values I'm going to change in each time. Okay, so now the next thing is, suppose I'm going to move from x equals to 0 to x equals to y. Let's take this condition. Okay, so I'm going to move from the first quadrant while my x coordinate, because always we have to start from the positive. It will be easy to find out the curve. Okay, so first let's take it as x value is 0 and x is equals to y. So definitely y value also became 0. So we are going to start from our 0, 0. Then what we are going to do? We have to go as a unit step. As we got already the position of your x is positive, it will be in the x direction, and also we have to find already we got the y value as 0. So now we are going to find out which position will be closer to the circle path. So how we are going to find out? So now this is a method. So now how we are going to find out? So we know that we have 7 octants starting from 0 positions will be there. Then we are going to find out the midpoint method. So I know the formula. What is the formula? X square plus y square equals to r square, right? So if I will take that r square inside, as it was a positive value, it will become a negative. So x square plus y square minus r square equal to, it will be something. So if I will take it as my circle function, then I'm going to calculate on x and y values. So f circle, okay, this is my circle function. I have given the name of x comma y equals to x square plus y square minus r square. Okay, so now if this value will be equals to 0, then you will understand that our point, whatever we have taken x and y, it is on the boundary. Okay, that you have to remember. Here I have written, if the value is equals to 0, then the point is on the circle boundary. If how you're going to find out again that circle boundary or not, like how? So whatever the, we will be having one circle, right? Here you see, so in this circle, if you are getting the point over this circumference, then you will feel that this point, whatever we have taken x and y coordinates, it is on the boundary. We want that values only. But suppose that value is greater than 0, then you can understand that is outside of the boundary. So we cannot use that outside points. Okay, we have to discard it. Then suppose if you are getting less than 0, then everything will be inside the circle. Okay, that points which we cannot use. So we have to use, our motive has to be, we have to use, we have to use the value like whatever is inside the uh, on the boundary. Okay, it is not inside, it will be on the boundary. So what we are going to do, we'll just highlight it. Whatever we want this point only, so the rest of the point we have to discard. Okay, this is our main point. So now next you see here how we are going to calculate. So we have to start measuring it. This is my circle equation. Already you know x square plus y square equals to r square. Let's take some of the midpoint. So if I'm going to start from xk and yk, okay, so xk, if I want to find out the next pixel values in x-axis, I have to increase it, because you know, right? So circle point will be here, means it has to go in this way. So xk is here, xk plus 1 will be my next point, xk plus 2 will be my next pixel point. But if I want to do in the y-axis, it cannot be increment. If it will be increment, na, it will be a line. So I want a circle arc, right? So it has to again decrease in this way, right? So if the position is yk, I should go in decrement way. So yk minus 1, yk minus 2, yk minus 3, in that way. Okay, so this is just one example how we are going to do it. So now you have to note down this thing. So how we are going to calculate it? 1 minute. Okay, so now we are going to calculate pk and pk plus 1. So what is this pk? So pk value will be where the pixel will be on the point, like on the coordinate points, that will be xk comma yk. So next pixel values, if you want to find out, that we are going to keep it inside the pk plus 1. So here, if the first value, pixel value, I'm going to set it as xk comma yk, then my next pixel value should be, I told you that xk will increase, right? So I have done xk plus 1. Let it to be yk only. So now what will be the next value? Let my x to be constant. Yk cannot be increased. It has to be decreased. I have shown you that diagram. So it will be the decrease one. So that will be the closer point towards your circle. So now what is the value I got here? So now the pk value will be the circle function. You know, I can take any of the like pixel values to start my like process. So let's take, I have taken xk plus 1 my comma yk minus 1 by 2. So I have taken little closer to that. Okay, you can take 1 also. I have taken 1 by 2 because I have to find out my value, because this thing will be in algorithm, and which we are going to do it. But always we are not going to find out that. Here only we will get one formula. So whatever the question will come to solve any problems and all, you are going to use directly that formula, this pk formula, whatever we will get it now. So how to get that formula? So we have to take any of the closer points and we have to apply the formulas. So you see here, after xk comma yk, I have taken two closer points. The next points are xk plus 1 comma yk minus 1 by 2. So now what's the formula? X square plus y square minus r square. So here I have written x square plus y square minus r square. What is my x value? Xk plus 1. That only I wrote here. What is my yk value? Yk minus 1 by 2. I wrote here. So what will be my next step? You have to put the formula if you want, a plus b whole square formula, or else just leave like that, because we are going to find out the next pixel, next closer point. Okay, that is pk plus 1. So if I'm going to do plus 1, so here whatever the value I have taken, so just I will add plus 1. So here you can see xk is already there, and I'm just going to xk plus 1 is already there. I'm just going to use plus 1. Here already yk minus 2 was there. So here also like I have used here 1 plus 1. Okay, that is only the difference. What will be my next step? My next step will be this whole square, x square plus y square minus r square. That only I wrote. Here directly I have written the answer. What you are going to do? You have to put here a plus b whole square formula, a minus b whole square formula, then minus r square. If we will do like that, somewhere you are going to get, after two steps, you are going to get this line. Okay, because a plus b whole square means a square. So xk plus 1 whole square you got. See here it is there. Yk plus 1 minus half a minus b whole square you are putting. So you can see a minus, that is the reason I have written like this. So okay, so a minus b whole square you will get. So a square you are getting. So if you will get like that, so just replace it with your pk and the rest of the values you keep it inside like this, then plus 1. Okay, so now how we are going to calculate the first P0 value. So first P0 value will be, so now whatever the value here we got, okay. So P0 value will be F circle, one value I have taken here, okay. And this is my R minus 1 by 2. So R minus 1 by 2, why I am taking? This is my radius. So any point values I have taken because I am starting from 0, 0. So here also x square plus y square minus r square formula you have to put. Okay. Once you will put, you are going to get 5 by 4 minus r. You have to solve this. Okay. Here you can take a minus b whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab is the formula. Just put it. It will get discarded. After that, you have to add with 1 plus. It will be there. You will get 5 by 4 minus r. Okay. This r square plus r square minus r square also will get cancel. You can see over here plus r square minus r square will get cancel. So now the P0 value I got it as, how much I got? 5 by 4 minus r, which is also equals to 1 minus r. This is my formula which I'm going to use it in the next problems. Okay. So now what is my algorithm I got? You have to take the radius value, you have to take the circle center value, that is xc comma yc. Then you are going to set your first point. What is the first point I have set here? 0 comma r. So while calculating I have set my xk plus 1 comma yk. Here I have set my 0 comma r. So you have to find out the initial value by using the decision parameters, that is your 1 minus r. Here you got already, right? 1 minus r, same thing I have written over here. P0 equals to 1 minus r. So how you are going to calculate? At each xk position, you have to start with k equals to 0 and you have to perform this task. This one will be useful for you while solving the problem. Directly you can write, okay? So if pk value is less than 0, then plot your next value, just increment your x value, keep constant of your y value. And the next value you are going to calculate by using this formula. Or else plot this one if pk is greater than 0, this x value has to increase, y value has to decrease. Then you have to calculate your p value like this, okay? And also this is the formulas where 2xk plus 1, what is the meaning of this? It means that 2xk plus 2, 2yk plus 1 means 2yk minus 2. This is already done. So you are not going to explain how you have got it. You can utilize this formula. Okay. Now, next step, you have to determine all the symmetry points for all the octants. Then you are going to move all the calculated pixel positions in a circular path and you are going to find out your original values and you are going to put the coordinate values. Okay. You have to repeat this process till you are going to end with your center point. Okay, so this is some of the points of all the quadrants I have written over here. So how you are going to plot it, that whatever I have explained you by using that diagram, like circle diagram, it is based on that points. So now we have one example. So now here the question is, given a circle radius r equals to 10. Demonstrate the midpoint circle algorithm by determining positions along the circle octant in the first quadrant from x equals to 0 to x equals to y. So first you have to solve it. What is the P0 value? The P0 formula is 1 minus r. So 1 minus r is 10 here. So 1 minus r equals to minus 9. So how to find out your initial point? You can see here x0 equals to 0. And here as we are moving from the distance is 0 to 10, like radius value, then that is the reason the y quadrant value will be 10. Okay, so 0 comma 10. So this is my initial point. So I have to calculate 2x0. 2 into 0 is 0. 2y is 0. 2 into 10 is 20. So now the successive decision parameter values and the positions, we are going to show it in this table. We have to do this table now. And the conditions, I have just written it over here so that you won't get confused and not necessary to go back to the slide. So in the first case, k value was 0. Okay. So when the k value was 0, the pk value, the first value I got minus 9. Here you can see, okay, first p0 value was minus 9. So I have put it here. So now you have to see this minus 9 is greater than 0 or less than 0. It is less than 0. As it is less than 0, so what will be my next point? What is my initial point? 0 comma 10. So here what will happen? So according to this, it has to increase. So it became 1, y became constant. So 1 comma 10. So now what will be my this values? 2xk plus 1 means 2 into 1, 2. 2yk plus 1 is 2 into 10, 20. This is just a multiplication. Okay. So now next thing. So as it is like this, pk is less than 0. We have to apply this formula. Okay. pk is minus 9 plus here plus 2. Okay. Because 2xk plus 1 is 2 plus 1. So minus 9 plus 2. Okay. Here I have written minus 9 plus 2 into xk plus 1, or you can say that directly value is here 2 plus 1. So you got minus 6. So minus 6 is over here. So as it is here, it is again less than 0. So x value will increase, y value will be constant. Then you multiply and write. You have to continue this process till you are going to get the x and y value are similar, because where we have started, as we are making a circle, it has to reach over there, right? So till this x and y value will be same, you have to continue the process. Here you can see I got a positive. As I got positive, here what will happen? X will increase, y will decrease. See here, x is increase. Okay, so this here x is increased 3 to 4, y will be decreased 10 to 9. It has been decreased. Okay, and for the next one, you have to apply this formula. Okay, so that only I have shown over here. So this is one example, and then once you have done with that, you are going to plot the graph. Okay, this is my one more example, so you can also refer this example, and this is the answer. Already I have done it for you all. So these two example you are going to practice and you are going to do it. Okay, so thank you. I hope you people have understood this circle generating algorithm. It can come for your 8 marks of question with one problem. So write down all the steps, the algorithm, the explanations, how you got everything. Then you have to you need to solve the problems. Thank you all.